can if you want.
It still throws me off that I have to look at you, but look there, but don't look there. Like, it's very confusing.
No, when you're talking to them, you can look at them, but you would basically, that first episode, you were just talking to them. Like I wasn't here.
It was a good
episode. I was talking to you and you were talking to them.
It was a good episode.
It was weird.
For you, we had a great time meeting
Comment below if you thought episode 1 was your favorite, because I would bet not.
No, I would assume episode 2 is your favorite. The only one I edited.
He's being a jackass because that's his vibe when we turn the camera on.
Because we have good. First of all, I'm always a jackass.
No, you're not. You're very sweet and loving.
Oh,
a good friend. But then the minute the camera comes on, you're like, I'm a piece of shit.
No, I think I'm great. It's more like you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, I get it.
No, but all jokes aside, we have some good news because this is the week where we're kind of on top of things. Ariel, in Ariel's world, he got fired. In my world, he started
constructively dismissed.
But what happened now?
I'm full time.
Doing what?
Bubby's Boys.
Yeah, baby.
Bubby's Boys.
So what does that entail?
Setting up the club right now for the new space, Christy Pitt's Pub. I believe it's 861 Bloor Street West.
This is why we should have had the meeting first.
But yeah, we don't know. Like, things could still go awry today.
No, we're going to see what happens. Today's the meeting we're going in. That's why we have an
But we already have a base agreement. Like, he let us change that whole room.
But regardless, what's going on in Ariel's world? Because
full
there's
time.
going to be a club. Even if it's not this one, we're going to have a club.
Yes.
What else does that entail?
So full time, so booking the shows, getting all the ticket links up.
How often will we be doing comedy?
We'll be doing comedy 5 nights a week.
5 nights a week.
Yes.
Tell your grandmas.
With an additional 6th day in the pipeline.
Additional 6th day in the pipeline.
But the initials... You would be a good hype man.
I am the good hype man.
I wrote a pretty funny idea after the hype man thing we did in the last one. I was like, it'd be funny to do a hype man conference. Like just a bunch of hype men hyping up people. I thought that was pretty funny.
Unless you've pitched that to me in the past.
Maybe, but I liked it. I guess we should quickly say welcome. Thank you for watching. This is episode 5 of Coke Dads.
Wow.
We did it.
Well,
we're doing it. Yeah, I'm just proud of us. Right? How many times did we do episode 1? I counted. I have 3.
I'm sorry to say this, but to this day, no one's come up to me and asked for this.
I get that.
And no one is like...
But you and I both agree, like, we want to make content. This is one of the easier ways to do it.
Well, we're pretty funny, too. And don't say it's easy. We just, for the last
Not
2
easy,
hours...
but it's easier. This is easier than a sketch.
Okay, so this is what bothers me. It doesn't bother me. I'll chill out. I'm very sedated. What happens before these things is, like, I get all worked up, and then Ariel's like, hey, you should go chill. Like, you have 5 minutes before we film, which is still like a half hour. And then I smoke very heavy indica. And now I'm just like, so I'll try my best. And I'm getting over a sickness.
Stop smoking intense indica.
No, what else would you smoke?
Do like a Blue Dream. Like a nice lifting sativa just before we do this.
Last time I smoked Blue Dream and I went on stage, I guessed someone's horoscope.
Exactly. Like, it's a positive. That was pretty funny.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, that was in Oshawa, right? Yeah, you know what? Actually, we'll put that clip as a exclusive content. I have that clip. That's an exclusive content piece.
Right there. That's all.
Brandon's first. I think that was the set that made Brandon go, "Oh, I can do this."
No, that was the set that made you and Robert say, "Oh, he can do this."
No, I knew you could do that.
No, but that was like, I brought heat.
Yeah, you brought it. You were the best that night.
I make jokes about how I don't want to go back to Oshawa, but truth is that
you did well at the show.
I like Oshawa. People who smoke meth dig my comedy. Like, if you're just a real dirtbag that like is gross and like you don't brush your teeth, your parents are probably related. Yeah. I'm your favorite comedian.
Because you look like an incest Jew creation.
I just look like a purebred. Like, you know how people would pay extra for like a purebred dog? I'm a purebred Jew.
That's a pretty funny sketch right there. That's a pretty funny sketch. Like, us as purebred Jews, like being,
that's what we are. That's
like
why we're
being
so,
like.
You know, when pugs, they're like, oh, they breathe weird and like they die young and they're just anxiety riddled because they're
Jews.
No, because they're purebred. Like, they're so ancestral that like they're Jews.
Yeah,
that's what we are. We're
it's
pugs.
so funny to call Jews pugs.
That's okay.
I want to make a shirt with a pug with a yarmulke. Yeah, that's funny.
Drink,
and I'll make that, and you can buy it.
And don't remember, when we say the drinking game, you can also smoke.
You can smoke
if you do Coke's bump, but that's expensive.
You're running a weird thing in your house if your thing to do while you're on coke is watch us.
Is watch us, and then you just look forward to it. You're like, oh, Jew joke.
Do it. I need another one. Yeah, that's so good.
Why aren't the people are just like, you guys are one dimensional. All you do is say the same thing. It's just two Jews. They're like really weird, blah blah blah. And it's just like, no, man, we got you. Yeah. It's like if your parents might be related. We're your favorite comedian. Already callbacks. I'm already calling back.
Yeah. Let's go. What else going on? I think that brings you up to speed with what Bubby's Boys is up to. So Bubby's Boys is the parent company, and then we have lots of little things going underneath. You asked me to explain.
This is no, but now I feel like I'm at community college.
Yeah.
And you're the professor.
Welcome to my class.
I'm the guy giving you
Welcome to my master class. How to not do comedy.
You know what sums Ariel up? This is Ariel. Okay, so Ariel shows up today. And this is before I saw the shirt he's wearing. But look at the shirt he's wearing.
Yeah.
Okay. So he comes over and he's like, hey, man, I saw this shirt. I really like it. It doesn't fit me.
I think you would look good in it.
So
it's there behind the jacket.
So my girlfriend has the same coat. You've seen us wear a sketch, and you've seen us wear she has a coat that matches this shirt, and Ariel wore it. And it was funny. Then a couple episodes on the podcast ago. Actually, I think it was the best episode.
Which we didn't bring up.
We didn't plan. We didn't
bring it up.
We didn't even notice. And then the odd people. I've been running focus. If you're one of the fortunate few people that have seen our focus groups.
Because we're testing it. We want you to enjoy this podcast.
So Ariel shows up today with this.
He'll be right back. And cut here. I think you look dapper as fuck.
But we're matching again.
Yeah, but you're dapper as fuck.
But now every episode is that just the theme?
Oh my god, you look dapper as fuck.
Okay, so
bro.
how about this then,
buddy? Your girlfriend's gonna fuck the shit out of you in that sweater.
I'm gonna switch back into the. Yeah, it's because it's okay. Let's relax. I'm gonna switch back, but today
I think I have a favorite color in sweaters.
For the first episode of Comedy Clubhouse, which we're shooting after this. This is the outfit. We're gonna always dress the same. I'll ask Ash for the coat.
Yeah, that's
we'll wear the gray sweaters.
It's good.
This is what we're doing because a part of the thing we're gonna show you guys too is and I'm glad that I'm gonna wear this shirt during this. But we're gonna show you when the Patreon gets good and eventually I can quit my job too. We want to do like a writer's room. So like a little taste of what we'll show you guys is something like this where it's like, so Ariel, explain to them while I change what we're Comedy Clubhouse.
Okay, so the principle is, the premise, which you'll see it, is two guys get a comedy club in the lockdown, and they have to move into their comedy club because they blew all the money on the comedy club, and now they're roommates, and it's dun 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 dun.
Did you miss 90s television?
Yeah, we're fans of. It's like Seinfeld meets Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Meets The Odd Couple.
Meets
any show that you've ever. Okay, but the best part is explain your character now.
So my character is Brandon. The bubbly, happy, everything can work out if you just believe. You got to manifest what you want. You got to, believe, man, and then do no emotional work of any kind to figure out any of that stuff.
You know what's really funny? Before I tell them my character, because it's Ariel, I hate everything. The world doesn't make sense. Why are we even here? God isn't real. Nothing's real. But before we do that, the funniest part to me is hearing you describe me is you manifest your destiny. And I get that. And then it's like, oh, what's Brandon up to? Oh, he's sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, what's Brandon doing? Oh, he just smoked a pack of cigarettes and he's pooping or vomiting.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's my argument to you, though. It's
I see it.
You preach at me, but do none of it.
I don't preach.
A little preachy.
I preach when you're looking for guidance. If you come to the sermon, I'll preach.
Sure. Sometimes I have literally been like, I'm not in the mood. And you'll be like, but the universe.
Not recently.
Yeah, not recently.
Since we've been locked down again.
And since we lost the club and you learned a lesson.
Yeah, I learned that if you go to Brando jokes, and I'm not saying follow me.
Brandon unmanifested the club, okay? I manifested it into reality based on his suggestion.
What does my Instagram profile say?
It says Fire Festival.
No, it says Think Fire Festival, but for comedy.
Yes, and then we lost the club. So who's to blame? Is it me? Fuck no.
Tell them the other part of the story.
Where I moved a table without permission. So we were setting up the room. And I asked the owner.
For the record, when he says we were setting up the room, it was just him.
Yes,
everyone bailed on Ariel. I was at work. The two guys that owned the place that said they were going to help him
didn't help me. And I send him a text and I say, "Hey, I'm going to set up the room today. Is that cool?" And he said yes. So in my mind, that is implicit consent for me to set up the room. right? And they had moved a table out of the room. And then I was like, oh, no, we need this table. So I moved it back into the room. But they had put a bunch of shit on it.
How many meters would you say you moved the table?
I don't really know meters, but I'd probably say 20 feet.
2 basketball nets.
It was like from here to your kitchen, which...
20 feet.
20 feet, right? So it was like, it wasn't that far, but they had put a bunch of stuff on it, and I just moved that stuff. So their problem was that I didn't go to... And the stuff didn't matter. It was like those leather curtains that they were trying to get us to use.
Is that why we say square feet? Because 20 feet doesn't sound as good as 400 square feet?
I'm the wrong guy to ask these. How did you think I would know the answer to that?
I don't know. I just thought when you were like, it's 20 feet away, I'm like, yeah, I got a big place. And then when you're like 20 feet, I'm like, 20 feet isn't very big.
No.
Like if I was Shaq, like this would not be very comfortable.
I mean, Shaq's only, what, 7'4"?
Only 7'4". He's only,
But 20 feet, like he would come to like the end of the table lying down.
That being said, is like 7 feet, 7'4". Let's say 7. He's like 7'1".
Yeah, he'd be fine in this apartment.
That's so okay. So Ariel, whose fault is it? Is it my fault for saying Think Fire Festival?
Okay, so they got mad at me for doing this, right?
Who do you think's gonna watch this?
And listen, and then you asked me to tell a story. Let me fucking tell the story, you piece of shit.
Make it funny.
I'm sorry. Oh, you want a story that I haven't written anything about, but make it funny. Ooh, make it funny.
Trauma. Here's the thing that you've taught me: is this is traumatic.
You want to know the traumatic part about it?
It's getting funny. It's getting funny.
Here's the traumatic part about it. So this thing happens. They get mad at me. I think we figure it out. Whatever. It causes tension. That's
I also
why.
got mad at them.
Right. Then we go to this meeting post them fucking us because we did nothing. Right. They fucked us over. We go to this meeting and he goes, yeah, my brother never liked you, the tall one. He always said, I don't like the tall one. He seems like an asshole. And now having worked with you, I also agree you're a bit of an asshole. This guy who just fucked us is calling me an asshole. And then Brandon goes, I see it now too. Fuck you.
I didn't say I see it now. I said that when you go on stage, here's the funny...
Because I can be an asshole.
This is my favorite
I can be an asshole.
This is what I've learned from us doing this podcast. If anyone watches it or not, this is what I've learned. This is why I think you think I'm funny. I'm an asshole.
Yeah,
You're
funny.
not an asshole. You're a delightful human being.
But I have the capacity
You're a
to be
sensitive
an asshole.
soul.
Yes, I'm sensitive.
I
can be both those things.
I don't think the word you're looking for is asshole.
Yes, I can.
What am I doing
Like
right
you're
now?
playing the piano.
That's what it feels like. I'm just like, just need some jazz.
You just need some like sunglasses.
It's like, Ariel, keep talking about. keep telling me your troubles, man. Let me know about what's bothering you today. No, seriously though, it's funny because you want to be an asshole. And
it's not that I want to be an asshole. Okay, let's get this off the table. You keep saying this. I look up to people who stand up for themselves, who are fervent in their beliefs, and that makes you an asshole, apparently.
Your comedy special should be called Fervent in Their Beliefs. In his beliefs.
Yes.
Or just fervent.
Fervent.
I like that word.
Because it's like...
No, it's like righteous, but not...
But like take any situation I've been in the last year where there's conflict. It's me literally standing up for myself.
It's just funny that
hey, I asked you for permission if I could set up the room. You said yes. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't come. Oh, you want to control me like a fucking puppet.
Well, let's rewind.
Fuck off.
No, let's make it funny again.
That was funny. No, that was funny. You're smiling, you fucking dick.
No, it is funny.
Yeah, you don't like when I'm funny.
No, I want you to keep being funny. So what made it really funny is you said that he screwed us over, which is true. And then we sat us down and he's like, hey guys, it's been hard. Do you want any food? And I'm like, yeah, do you have any mozzarella sticks? And he's like, oh, we're sold out. And I'm like, okay. And then we're sitting down and you take a bite and you're like, man, honestly, no matter what happened with this club, your chicken wings are really good.
Yeah, they're the best.
So you're literally giving the guy a compliment.
Yeah,
then he's like, okay, we're going to be truthful with each other. My brother never liked you.
You're an asshole.
I still like but you're like, you literally like took a bite of the chicken wing and you're like, hey man, I know you screwed us over, but like your food is still my favorite in the city. Like, thanks again for this wing. And then he's like,
asshole.
He's like, I don't think so. I didn't think so. But my brother thinks you're an asshole.
No, and then he said, I saw where it comes from, why people think that.
This is you eating a wing, being like, your food is delicious. And then the whole time you're eating the food, and I'm just like, what do you mean you don't have mozzarella sticks? Like, I'm becoming comfortable. So I'm just like, you fucked me out of the club, and you don't have
The thing I want.
and you don't even have Diet Coke on fucking tap. You have Diet Pepsi. I'm not having any of this right now. And then you're just like, this wing's delicious. And then he looks at me, he looks at you, and I'm like stone rolling a joint in his establishment. And the whole time you're just like, don't do that. You're like trying to be a good guy. And then the way it ends is he's just like,
you're the asshole.
yeah, my brother doesn't like you, but you know what? And he like takes a bite of the wing. No, he goes, you should try the sauce. And I'm like, yeah, I've tried it. And he's like, oh, what do you think? I'm like, didn't really like it. And then he looks at Ariel and he's like, you're an asshole.
Here's my problem with it. Here's my real problem with it. The guy didn't even give me a fucking chance. He met me for 30 minutes in one meeting and he made up his mind on me. That's fucking insane.
Have you never done that?
Of course I've done that, but I'm trying to undo that.
Do you not do that while we book comedians? And there's so many times I'll be like, hey, we should book this person. And you'll sit there for 30 seconds and you look at, and then you get mad at me. And you're like, really?
No, I don't do it like that. I do it when you overinflate.
That's what
So
I do.
like
I'm a hype man.
No, like you came to me one night. I'm not going to say what comedian it was, but you came up to me and you were like, you should headline this guy.
Keep talking. Let's see if I can remember who it was.
And I was like, no. And like, no, just no. And then like 20 minutes later at the end of his set, we were all just like shit talking him in the back, being like, that wasn't very good.
I don't shit talk.
Yeah, sure.
I'm the worst.
Okay, buddy.
I'm smoke break.
Listen, here's the thing. You do shit talk.
People
Here's
call
the
me
thing.
smoke
Shit
break.
talking is part of the deal. You have a bad set at a show, I'm gonna make fun of you. That doesn't. I booked you on the show, so I believe in you enough.
If that's where we're gonna go. Okay, so if you all want the truth, comedy is a very hard thing, and it's a very interesting because in your head when you start, you're like, man, I want to make people. You either have like motives. You have like 1 of 5 motives. Your motives is like, hey, I want to make people laugh. Like I've made people laugh. It feels good.
I want attention.
I want attention. I want fame.
I want fame.
I want rich.
I've never met someone who thinks they're going to be rich from stand-up.
There's people that.
Sorry, I've never met a good comedian who thought they were going to get rich from stand-up.
Okay, and then the last one's I want lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle. I would say lifestyle and attention
I fell
are mine.
well, obviously, we started like.
Yeah.
Welcome to my apartment. To you guys, it's a nice Toronto.
Hey,
lot.
you brought back Brandon's apartment just with Jews inside. Drink. Okay.
Okay. No.